Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Donna Villa coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. In the U.S., lawmakers who are pro-life have introduced a bill on Wednesday, July 21st, to stop funds to public colleges and universities that allow abortions on campus or offer the abortion pill to students and staff. The chairman of the Pro-Life Caucus, Steve Daines, has introduced the Protecting Life on College Campus Act in the Senate, while Chip Roy and Mary Miller introduced a similar version of the legislation in the House of Representatives. The lawmakers said the bill was in response to a new law in California that mandates campus health clinics of state colleges and universities to make abortion pills available to students in 2023. This has been criticized by pro-life activists who argue that 7% of women who undergo a chemical abortion have complications afterwards requiring surgery. Daines said that chemical abortions are dangerous and target vulnerable women. The Vatican has announced the schedule of Pope Francis's visit to Hungary in September for the conclusion of the International Eucharistic Congress in Budapest. The Holy Father will spend just 7 hours in the nation before embarking on his 3-day visit to neighbouring Slovakia. During his visit to Hungary, the Pope plans to meet Prime Minister Viktor Orban and President János Áder. His Holiness will take part in the concluding event of the Eucharistic Congress and celebrate Holy Mass in Budapest. Pope Francis will also address the Catholic Episcopate of the country, as well as representatives of the Ecumenical Council of Churches and Jewish communities. Catholics, who comprise 62% of the Hungarian population, are looking forward to the visit of the Pope. The last time a Pope took part in a Eucharistic Congress was in year 2000. Prime Minister Viktor Orban of Hungary announced on social media on Wednesday, July 21st, that the government is going to launch a referendum on the child protection law that has been criticized by the European Union. The new law keeps LGBTQ content out of kindergartens, schools, TV shows, and ads for minors. In the wake of the European Union demanding changes to the law, the Orban government has decided to conduct a referendum. He said when the pressure on the country is so strong, only the common will of the people can protect it. The referendum will ask citizens if they support presentations in schools and kindergartens that introduce minors to topics on sexual orientation without parental consent, and promotion of gender reassignment therapy. Hungarians will also be asked if they support showing media content of a sexual nature to minors. The Chinese government's stifling of voices of dissent in Hong Kong continues. In the latest incident, the police arrested the former executive editor-in-chief of the now-closed pro-democracy Apple Daily on Wednesday, July 21st. According to police, the 51-year-old senior editor was arrested on charges of conspiring with foreign countries or forces to endanger national security. The tabloid, owned by Catholic media tycoon Jimmy Lai, was forced to cease operations after police raided its headquarters on June 17 and froze its assets and bank accounts. This was part of Beijing's efforts to stifle free speech and freedom of expression in the former British colony after the imposition of the draconian national security law last year. The tabloid's owner and other top executives were also arrested on various charges. The Catholic community of Sant'Egidio has expressed deep concern over the rising Islamist threat to the future of Mozambique. While addressing the media in Rome on Wednesday, July 21st, Father Angelo Romano of the Sant'Egidio community said thousands of people have been displaced by the militants. He also pleaded that the international community should not abandon the people of the former Portuguese colony. The Italian lay organization has been serving Mozambique for the past 3 decades and was instrumental in forging the 1992 peace deal. Father Romano said the prospects of the nation are under threat since the terrorist onslaught that began in 2017. As many as 9 members of the community have been killed in the country since 2019. Apart from destroying several churches, militants have also beheaded Christians and abducted young girls to be forcibly given in marriage to jihadists. The budget of the U.S. state of New Hampshire for 2021 has placed a limit on late-term abortions. The Fetal Life Protection Act prohibits abortions after 24 weeks of pregnancy, except when the health of a mother is in grave danger. The new act is a drastic change from the previous policies of the state that allowed termination of pregnancy up to birth. The new act says that ultrasound scans before abortion are mandatory. For every medical emergency abortion performed after 24 weeks, medical providers are required to file a report to the State Department of Health and Human Services. The act also categorizes an authorized abortion as a Class B felony with a penalty ranging from $10,000 to $100,000. It was signed into law by Governor Chris Sununu on June 25th and will be enforced on January 1st of 2022. Pope Francis has expressed solidarity with a diocese in Mexico that has been ravaged by violence between warring drug cartels. The armed struggle in Tierra Caliente region has drawn the attention of the world to the country's lawlessness and the inability of the government to stem the rising tide of violence. In a letter sent to Bishop Cristobal Asensio Garcia of Apatzingán, Pope Francis said he is praying for the people there. His Holiness said in the letter that the climate of terror and insecurity that afflicts the population is against the will of God. In the letter that was read out during the Holy Mass on Wednesday, July 18th, the Pope said, "The Lord is strength and mercy, and he never abandons his children," adding that the Church is attentive and close to those who are suffering. A pro-life group in Northern Ireland has vowed to take, quote, last-minute and, quote, legal action against Britain's plan to expand abortion services to the region. The Society of Protection of Unborn Children, or the SPUC, has stated they are, quote, ready to go to court within hours, end quote, ahead of the government's plan to expand abortion services in the nation. Northern Ireland Secretary Brandon Lewis delivered a statement regarding the issue on July 22nd. The abortion laws in Northern Ireland were changed last year due to Westminster's intervention. Abortion was permissible in Northern Ireland until March 31st of 2020, but only if the mother's life was in danger or if there was a risk of long-term or irreversible mental or physical harm. The abortion law in Northern Ireland now allows for elective abortions up to 12 weeks of pregnancy and up to 24 weeks if the mother's health is in peril. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.